Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today's video is another story time. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, give your girl a thumbs up and comment down below. Y'all, I just want to say thank you to everybody who wished me a happy birthday. It was so many people that I didn't get to say thank you to everybody, so this is me saying thank you to everybody now. But yeah, if y'all coming outside on Friday, then yeah, I'm posting it tomorrow. But anyway, well today, when y'all see this video. But anyway, let's get into this video. This video, I don't know what it's gonna be. Oh yeah, don't forget to follow me on all my social medias. Instagram at Vivalayoshii, TikTok, and Twitter at LifeWithSymone. Listed down below as well. So y'all, this video, I don't know what it's gonna be listed, but and don't mind, I'm gonna get cute though. I'm gonna get cute. But anyway, I don't know what this video is gonna be called, y'all, but this video is almost to its 1 year mark. So I was like, let me tell it. This video is about my last year trip that I took, my birthday weekend. I went to Atlanta. So yeah, I wanted to tell this story so bad for like when I first had when everything first happened. But one of the people was following me on Instagram, and I was like, he was like, oh, I'm gonna check out your videos. Like, he kept saying it every time I post a video, and I was gonna tell the story. And I'm like, damn, I don't want to tell it yet, but I don't know, I don't care no more. So anyway, let me go ahead and tell y'all. So after my birthday, I had went to after my birthday, that weekend right after last year, I had went to Atlanta, and my homegirl was already in Atlanta because she was staying in Atlanta for a while. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. So this was I haven't flew out. I've flown by myself before, but it's been a while. So I already was like, But anyway, I knew by the time I got there, like by the time I got to Atlanta, it was gonna be like 7, 8 o'clock. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna come already, like, not dressed, because I'm not about to ride Atlanta. Flights from Atlanta is like 4 hours, and from sitting on a plane for 4 hours, I'm gonna want to get in a shower. So I already had my hair done. I'm like lashes on and shit like that, because I'm like, when I get off the plane, when I check in my room, all I gotta do is take a shower and get dressed, be ready to go. So I was in like a little sweatsuit or whatever, right? And I didn't look bad. Like, I looked decent, right? It was this man. I remember when we was waiting to board the plane, it was this man. He was just staring at me so disgusted. Like, he looked so disgusted in me. Mind y'all, I had on a sweatsuit. It's not like I had on a fucking G-string and pasties. Like, I have on a sweatsuit. Why are you looking at me all crazy? But he just kept looking at me disgusted, y'all. And I just was like, even with the mask, because that's when people had to wear the mask on a flight still. Even I still wear masks on a flight, I ain't even gonna lie. But yeah, he was looking at me so crazy. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck? So we end up getting on a plane. I get a window seat because I always pay for my window seat. I'm always gonna pay extra for that window seat and to sit in the front. But yeah, so I get my window seat or whatever. I'm sitting down. Next thing you know, I'm sitting there. I'm thinking like, ooh, because there was a lot of seats that was open, and damn near everybody about to already board the plane. So I'm like, ooh, yes, I hope nobody come right here. I'm gonna have a whole row to myself. I could just like stretch out if I want to. So guess who comes sit on the same row as me, y'all? The man who was looking at me disgusted. The same man. He had the aisle seat. So he sit down. I'm like, oh my God. Like, it's the same nigga, but oh well, whatever. So next thing you know, we sitting there. There's people still coming. He looking up, and he talking to himself. And he's like, I hope nobody get this middle seat. I hope nobody get this middle seat. Like, and I'm just thinking like, I hope nobody get it either. Like, the fuck? Like, my thing is, I don't know. He just was giving off bad vibes. So anyway, fast forward, we up in the air. I'm reading my book, y'all, because I really wanted to finish this book. And plus, I'm like, I don't know if this plane was going to have TV. So I bring a book. I always just bring a book because I'm like, you know, kill time. I don't got to just be on my phone all the time. And I really wanted to finish this book, y'all, because that's when I had first got the book. And I still ain't even finished the damn book, y'all. So I'm over here reading the book. I'm into the book. I'm like, ooh, this is good. This is good. I actually need to take some time out and finish my damn book, because I'm already late reading the book. It's the coldest winter ever, y'all. Late as hell, everybody done read the book. It came out years ago. So anyway, I'm reading the book or whatever. Next thing you know, I feel somebody looking at me. Y'all know I got these big eyes. I always tell y'all, I could feel when somebody's looking at me. So I'm down like this reading the book. But even when I'm looking down, or if I'm looking straight forward, I could see somebody looking at me from the back. Because y'all, I'm just kidding. But no, I could see a lot that's going on everywhere. Like, I could be focused. And a lot of people could do that too. It ain't got nothing to do with big, small eyes. I'm just saying. Because it's going to be somebody like, girl, but my little eyes, I can do it. That's fine. You know, I'm happy for you. But I could just be focused on one thing, but I could see my surroundings as well. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody could do that. But anyway, so I'm focused. I'm reading the book. I see this man staring at me. I'm not about to look at him, make eye contact, because you're the same man who was looking at me disgusted for having a sweatsuit on in the airport. So I'm just like, whatever. So I'm reading my book. Next thing you know, I see him smiling. I'm still reading my book, but I could see this man is smiling at me now. See, he's smiling at me now. So I'm just like, oh my God, really don't look up, because what is you looking at now? I don't want to have a conversation. I'm the type of person, if I'm on a plane with somebody I know, then yeah, we could talk. But I hate talking to people on a plane. Even like, I don't know, I just don't want to talk. Like, I just don't want to talk. Leave me alone. Like, not people I'm with, yeah, we could talk on a plane. But like random people, like, I don't want to talk on the plane. Like, I just don't. I already don't. I'm already afraid of heights. We up here, like, I don't want to talk. Because then people start saying stupid shit, and they be like, bro, save that shit for the land. Like, why are you having it in, like, not here? So anyway, I'm like, please don't look up. So now I hear him. He was like, what are you reading? I know he's talking to me because I could see him looking at me. And who else is here? It's just us on this row. So I'm like, oh, I'm reading The Coldest Winter Ever. And he's gonna say, ooh, sounds cozy. That man really did that. Sounds cozy. So I just like and went back to reading. And he was just like, so what is it about? Sir, you keep interrupting me. How am I supposed to know? But I'm just kidding. I knew what it was about because, of course, you read the back of the book. And, of course, I know people who read the book, like everybody named Mama except me. But I'm just like, oh, it's an urban book and it takes place in New York. That's it. Keep it short and simple. And he's like, okay, urban book, place in New York. So do you like it so far? So I'm like, yes, cool, I like it. Okay, so what's one of the main things you like about the book? That it has a lot of pages. I don't know, that it's long. I'm like, well, I'm still trying to figure it out. I didn't say that because I didn't just want to be a bitch. I didn't want to be a bitch, and I wasn't, y'all, but I just was irritated. I don't like talking on a plane. Like, so I'm just like, oh, you know, I'm just still trying to figure it out. It's a good book. Like, it takes a lot of twists and turns, you know. Twists and turns. I'm like, yeah, twists and turns. So he's like, so where are you headed? Same place you headed, nigga? The fuck? Like, this plane gonna stop somewhere mid in the sky and I'm gonna jump out on my parachute. So I'm just like, Atlanta. He really said Atlanta, just like that. And I'm just like, yeah, Atlanta. And he was just like, oh, okay, you want to know where I'm headed? So I'm like, oh, where are you headed? And he's like, Atlanta. Obviously, this isn't a bus, it's a plane. We're going to the same. I mean, I know I could have got on a flight. Like, that could have been my layover, but no. So he's like, okay, so what are you gonna do in this Atlanta? This Atlanta, like, sir, you make it seem like I made some shit up. Like, you trying to catch me in a lie. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna spend time with friends and family and stuff, you know, just have fun, eat. And he's like, so you're gonna eat? I'm like, yeah, it's good food in Atlanta. He's like, oh, okay. Well, you have friends and family there? So I'm like, yeah, we're worldwide. Like, I have friends and family everywhere. Like, you know, so he's like, oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm going to spend time with some friends and all this stuff. Like, he's just saying, he's like, I'm going to have fun. So where's some places you like to eat in Atlanta? And I'm just wondering, like, why is he saying it like I made up this place? Like, how he was saying Atlanta was given, like, if I made up this place that I'm going to. So I'm just like, oh, just a lot of good soul food. Soul food? What's soul food? Nigga, you know what the fuck soul food is. Like, come on now, bro. You know what soul food is. So I'm like, you know, like fried foods, comfort food. Comfort food. Okay, comfort food. So where is this comfort food that you're going to get? So I'm like, well, you could look on Google, you know, and just Google food in your area. I'm like, it's a lot of food places in Atlanta everywhere. I'm like, is this your first time going to Atlanta? He was like, no, I'm always here. Then why the hell you asking me where should you eat at? So I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. That's cool. He's like, you always here? I'm like, no. He's like, so you don't always see your family? At this point, what the fuck? So I'm just like, again, we all go everywhere to see each other. So then he's like, okay. So I go back down to reading. Mind y'all, when I'm reading, I had AirPods in too. So he's like, do you like those? So I'm like, do I like what? He's like, the devices in your ears. And I'm like, yeah, they're cool. He's like, okay, because I work for a company that makes stuff like that, but ours are better. What are those ones? Those are what? Mind you, he's on a MacBook. He has a MacBook on his lap. So I'm like, AirPods? He's like, oh, who made those? Apple. The same person who made your damn laptop. So I'm just like, oh, they're made by Apple. He's like, oh, okay, because my company that I work for, like, I'm a big CEO at my company, and we make those, but we make beats. He said it just like that. So, okay, either you put like beat system in people's car, or are you talking about Beats by Dre? So I'm assuming it's the Beats by Dre. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. The Beats. He's like, have you ever had the Beats before? You had the Beats by Dre? Like, you had those? I'm like, yeah, I have some at home. Why you didn't wear those? Because I didn't want to. Like, I'm just like, oh, because I charged these ones up. Yeah, the Beats are really good. You know what? Actually, when you do, he's like telling me, like, when you do use them again, can you go ahead and go to the website and leave a feedback? Because that really helps us. So I'm just like, sure. He's like, yeah, because that's good. He's like, we should hang out in Atlanta. What you think? And I'm like, well, we already got like an itinerary. Like, me and my family, we just gonna do a lot. You know, and stuff like that. So he's like, so where y'all gonna go? So I'm like, I don't know, but we have a lot planned. So now he's questioning me to how I don't know where we're going, but we have stuff planned. And now I'm just irritated because I'm like, you know what? I don't know. So he's like, oh, okay, where are you staying? Nigga, what? Like, why do you want to know? So I'm like, I'm staying with my family. Where are you staying? Because now I do want to know where you staying. Because I need to see if I need to get a new hotel room. So I'm like, where are you staying? He's like, oh, I'm going to be in Savannah. Thought you said you was going to be in Atlanta. Like, I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. So you going to be in Atlanta too? He's like, no, I'm going to be in Savannah. So at this point, you just a fucking liar. So I'm just not saying that. But I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. So I go back to reading. And he's just like, I need to get a new book. Would you think I would like that book? I don't know what you would like, honestly, because you won't let me finish the book. Like, I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Yeah. I'm just like, yeah, I brung a book because I'm really trying to finish it, you know. And he looked at me like, I did not ask you that. But I'm gonna have to make it known, like, I'm really trying to finish this book. So basically, please stop talking to me about stupid shit. So then finally he stopped talking to me. I'm reading a book. I could see him, like, it was probably some time later, I could see him looking over at me smiling again. So at this point, when I noticed he was looking at me smiling, I knew he was finna start talking some stupid shit to me, y'all. I put my bookmark in the book and pretend to be asleep. I was like this. Because I'm like, that's the only thing you could do, is pretend to be asleep. And he started talking to me, but I was acting like I couldn't hear him. I was so fucking annoyed. So anyway, we land, right? We land. Because he, man, got on my fucking nerves on the plane. So we land or whatever. I did the stupidest shit, y'all. I don't know why. My friend, she already had a rental out there. I don't know why I got a rental too. So I got a rental when I got off Toro. So you know, you don't have to see them to even get the car. They could leave the keys in the lockbox or somewhere else. I don't know. So anyway, I get to the car, you know, got my rental, drove to the hotel, I'm about to check in, right? Which was stupid, y'all. Only drove this car 3 times. I drove it from the airport to the room. One day, eventually, went to Breakfast Club. Then, from the room to the airport. That car sat the whole time. I had to pay, what was it, like $30 a day to park. And I had to pay for the rental that I did not use. Y'all, we'll get there though. So, I got the rental or whatever. I go into the room. So now I'm going to the room. I'm walking up, got my bag, and I'm getting in line to check in. So when I'm checking in, it's like a few people ahead of me. Not too many, but now it's like a group of guys, and they was at the desk checking in, and like one of the guys, he was like off to the side talk to another guy, but it was a whole bunch of them. So I'm in line, I'm just on my phone, just looking, like scrolling, letting her know like, hey, I'm at the room, I'm about to check in, go in, shower, be ready to go, whatever. So next thing you know, one of the boys, he was like, what's up, my name is, I don't know, he really don't need a name. So he like, what's up, my name is. So I'm like, oh, I'm Symone. Like, you know, we shook hands or whatever. I'm like, dang, he going straight into it. So he like, okay, you staying in Atlanta for the weekend? Like, what you got planned? So I'm like, oh yeah, we gonna have a lot planned. Like, we going to the club, we gonna eat, we gonna do this and all this other stuff. I know he probably thinking like, bitch, who? Cause you right here by yourself. So, but he was like, oh, you out here with people? And I'm like, yeah, but I landed first, so I'm about to check in the room and stuff like that. And then my friends will get here in like an hour. Like, they already just landed. They just waiting on their ride and stuff. I'm just lying. Even because I'm by myself, and I'm about to tell you, no, I'm standing at this room by myself that I'm seeing you guys are checking into as well. So if you see me stumbling drunk, do what you want. Like, no, I'm telling you, I'm here with a lot of people. So he's like, oh, okay, how many is it of y'all? So I'm like 6 of us in total. So he like, oh, okay, 6, that's cool. So his homies is looking like, oh, okay. Like, you know, they looking because they basically like, yeah. So the other boy that was checking in, he finally finished. And they walk over to me. So he asked us like, what we doing? And then he like, bro, what floor we on? And now it's my turn to kind of walk up. So I'm walking up, but like still talking. And he was like, oh, we on, let's just say the 5th floor. So he like, we on the 5th floor. And then, so he like, yeah, make sure you get the 5th floor too. Cause we gonna go up. Like, we going up this weekend. And I'm just thinking like, nigga, I'm gonna make sure I don't get the 5th floor. Cause what? So yeah, I'm walking over there to like, okay, like check in, and he's like, yeah, let's exchange information. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he gave my Instagram, and he's like, yeah, you gotta turn up with us, like what y'all doing tonight? So I'm like, we finna go to Boogaloo. I don't know how it's pronounced, Lou. It got L-O-O at the end. So I'm like, we finna go there tonight. So he like, okay, we got a section at some place tonight. He was like, yeah, y'all could come through or whatever, and get in our section. We gonna be lit. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna let you know I'm gonna hit you. They did kind of seem a little, they didn't seem, I don't know. They didn't seem like bad people, but they seem like they get into some shit. And I just don't know. You just can't trust everybody willy-nilly and be like, oh, we finna go be here or whatever like that. Like, I don't know. So anyway, I'm like, okay. So then they end up leaving or whatever like that. And I check in my room. And y'all, why when I checked in at the front desk, the first thing when they walked away, I told the guy, I said, make sure I am not on the 5th floor. Like, cause I'm already telling you I'm be here with people. I'm not. I'm about to be here by myself. So I don't want a late night. We've all just coming at the same time and we just on the same floor. You see me leaving out. Like, you just don't know. You can't trust people. Like, you can't judge a book by its cover and be like, oh, this look like a decent person. They want to do some crazy shit. But you just gotta be on your P's and Q's. So I did not get the same floor as them. So yeah, I ended up getting dressed, whatever. So boom, now it's time to go out. So my friend, she came pick me up or whatever. And I hopped in the car. So we end up going to Boogaloo, whatever the fuck. And y'all, so when we got there, y'all, one thing about me, I love Atlanta. I love Atlanta. I loved Atlanta before I ever even been to Atlanta. When I was younger, I used to want to live in Atlanta, go to college there, just be Atlanta. Like what Amaretta said, Symone is not Atlanta. I wanted to be Atlanta. But y'all, I love Atlanta. So I've been to this place before, the place that I cannot pronounce. So I've been there before. So I'm telling my homegirl, like, this one is nowhere to sit. Y'all know the bar with the swings or whatever. There's nowhere to sit at. But we was standing like off to the side and we was like kind of right at the end of the bar. I'm like, okay, well, I want to order me some wings because they got some fire ass wings there. Them wings is so fucking good. So I'm like, I want to order me some wings because last time I was here, I got the wings and a drink and it was so fucking good, y'all. So good. So I'm like, I want to get me some wings. So I placed the order in for some wings. Just our luck, right before the wings came out, like when our drinks came out, whatever, right before the wings came out, 2 swings became available. And the girls that was leaving, they came over straight to us. Like, mind y'all, we're not even right there by where they at. They came over there straight to us and they was like, y'all want these seats? Like, because it was some niggas waiting. Like, it was a nigga waiting like, oh, I'm going to get it. Like, so she came over there straight to us and was like, nah, y'all want these seats? Like, that nigga could stand. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we ended up going to the seat. We told the bartender we down here, whatever. She brung the wings, you know, fucking them wings up. Y'all was recording videos, just eating them. Y'all know me. One thing about me, I'm gonna record a video. If I'm eating and it's a moment that I want to record, I'm gonna eat and record. I do not care. Like, wait till y'all see my Bahamas vlog, y'all. I was up in there like, just, I don't care. But anyway, so yeah, so we sitting there, we chilling. It was this boy next to me. If y'all go back and watch the vlog, I'm not sure because I didn't go into the vlog to see it, but y'all might see some of these people or you might hear me talk about some of these people in the vlog. So it was this boy sitting next to me on the swings or whatever, and we turned up. Now the wings is gone. We turned up. We drinking. I'm twerking and shit on the swings. He helping hold the swing up for me because I'm trying to dance. Like, if you follow me on Instagram, you see my birthday post. My homegirl actually posted the video for my birthday, and you can see him in the background holding the swing. So anyway, he holding the swing. I'm dancing. We just lit. So now he started talking to us, and he was like, "You lit? You lit? Like, what you celebrating?" I'm like, "It's my birthday. Like, it's my birthday weekend." Da da da. So he like, "Oh, okay, happy birthday." Happy birthday, a shot on me. So we like, all right. So he orders a shot or whatever. We take the shot. Boom. So we talking or whatever, and he just like talk about cool stuff. We exchange Instagrams and whatever, because I like to, if somebody asks me for my number, let's just exchange Instagrams, because I don't like people to have my number. I don't know. I just don't like people to have my number, because now you're gonna call me when you should be not calling me. You know, some people will call you and be like, did you ask permission to call me? Like, you didn't even text first to say, hey, is it okay for me to call you? Like, you just called. Why would you do that? Like, what? Anyway, so yeah, so we exchanged Instagram or whatever. So we just talking. So he like, yeah, I'm about to leave out in a minute because I'm about to smoke and I'm going to another spot. So he was like, y'all smoke? So I'm like, no, but my homegirl do. So she like, yeah, she smoke or whatever. So he like, okay, yeah, when y'all done here, I'm finna go outside, I'm finna smoke. If you want to get in on this little session, I'm finna smoke, like, come out. Because we was finna leave anyway. So he like, all right, I'm gonna be outside. So we like, all right, we finna go too. So we getting up. We start leaving out the door, and Back That Ass came on. So, you know, we cannot leave. Like, if you leave, I don't care if you sick, tired, crying, and dying. Back That Ass come on. You need to go ahead and do as told in the song. From the 99 to the 2000s, you got to show what we working with now in this time zone. Because not to be rude and nothing like that, but we dance way better. Well, not me personally, because y'all know I can't dance. So, not me personally, but we dance better than our mamas and them. Oh, wait. Oh, we dance better than our mamas and them. Like, I don't know. Y'all probably thinking like, bitch, not my mama dance. I don't know. But I just feel like back in the day when you look at old videos and shit like that and stuff like that, it just wasn't given what it needed to be gave. Like, the twerk was stiff and it was a lot of back in it and shit like that. Like, I can't dance, but I don't be doing all that shit like that. Like, it bothers me a lot. So I feel like we have to go ahead and represent, because it's like this, we dance better. Like, we dance better. So anyway, yeah, we go up in there, we finish, we dance like, hey, you know, we just lit. So he left out. So at this time, we danced the whole fucking song, and another song came on. Now City Girls on, we rapping that shit. And then we realized like, oh, okay, we was about to leave because we was going to another spot. So mind you, my homeboy from Alabama, he had drove down, and it was like, was his birthday? I think his birthday is in November too. So anyway, he drove down and he was like, oh, I'm gonna be here, da da da. So yeah, pull up. So we was gonna go to where he was at afterwards anyway. So yeah, so we what happened? Oh yeah, so now we going outside. So we leaving to go outside, right? We forgot all about this boy. Oh yeah, and let me just say, we're gonna get his boy name. We're gonna name him Blue. So we forgot all of my bad, there's something in my nails. So we're gonna name him Blue, whatever. So we forgot all about Blue. I'm thinking Blue left. Like, we both thinking he left. So where we parked at, we had to cross the street, the busy street or whatever. Why we see Blue standing on the corner right there? Of course, Blue don't know what car we came in or nothing. He just standing on the corner. So Blue was waiting for us. We was up in there for a good another like 10 minutes. Blue waited for us. Like, we was walking behind him. We did not tell him we was going to stop. And we stopped, started dancing, was in there for 10 minutes. Blue is still right there waiting. But now he's standing at the corner. He's with a girl and a guy. So we crossed the street, and he like, finally y'all came out. So we like, oh, what's up? Like, my bad. Like, you know, we just started getting lit or whatever. So we crossed the street, and he was like, yeah, I'm finna roll up. Like, he's showing her, and in his hand, he like, yeah, look at it, look at it. Like, and she like, okay. So he like, yeah, I'm finna roll up. He's like, but we not about to smoke right here. We gonna go around the corner or something like that, because everybody about to come out, so it's gonna get busy. And plus, my car is around the corner. So yeah, but mind y'all, when we walked up, because I said he was talking to a girl and a guy, when we walked up, I said hi, because you know that's the right thing to do. So we say hello. They ain't say nothing back. The girl, she just like glanced and looked back over at the guy. And then the guy, he turned around, he looked us up and down with a weird look, and then he turned back away and looked at the girl. And next you know, he like did this like on her back, like, come on, like motioned her to get in the car. So they get in the car, because her car was right there at the corner. So I'm like, that was rude. Mind y'all, I didn't know Blue was even in there with nobody. We didn't think he was there with nobody because he was sitting by himself and he was talking to us. We never seen him go over to anybody else. So when they got in the car, I'm like, who are those people? Y'all, am I to ask who the hell these people are? So I'm like, who are those people? He's like, oh, that's my uncle and that's his girl. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So I'm like, they ready to go or something like that? I'm like, because when I said hi, they didn't even say him back. And he's like, oh, shit, my bad. He was like, they're deaf. They can't hear you. So I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. So now I'm over here waving at the car like this. Hi, like, you know, because I'm like, they couldn't hear me say hi, so I didn't want to be rude, so now I'm about to just wave. So I wave at the car, and like the girl, she's smiling, she's like wave back. The guy, he didn't wave or nothing, so I'm just like, he ready to go. So he like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna hop in the car with them, because we parked right there. So he like, I'm gonna hop in the car with them. He was like, just follow us around the corner, because we gonna park by my car and we can smoke right there, because they finna pull off, like she finna leave. So we like, all right, whatever. So we pull around the corner or whatever. We sitting in the car, and next thing you know, like, they chilling or whatever like that. Y'all, this man, we in the car, we right here, and this is when I was vlogging. I'm vlogging, I got the camera up, and we talking shit, y'all. I'm talking shit, not about them, but I'm talking shit about Blue, because I'm like, this is giving weird, because I'm like, I don't know, it just don't seem right. Like, Blue is starting to give off a little weird vibe, y'all. Why we sitting there talking, and Blue just opened up the fucking car door? Like, I'm gonna post a video right here.
Stay tuned.
Make sure you... Oh! Stop doing that, yo. Stop doing that shit, because I'm going to beat your ass. Hold on. I got to go. This nigga acting out. Blue just opened up the fucking car door and scared me, and I'm just like, you gotta stop doing that shit. Cause how you just gone? This was not the first time he did it though. This was the second time he done did that shit. So I'm just thinking like, bro, knock on the window first, tap, tap, tap. You don't just open up somebody's door. So anyway, him and the homeboy hopped in the back seat. Him and the uncle hopped in the back seat or whatever. So we in the car and they rolling up, they smoking, they hotboxing my homegirl car or whatever. And next thing you know, he's leaned up like this. This nigga is leaned up like this in the middle. And we talking, and I'm saying something because oh boy did not know who Ja Rule and Ashanti was. I'm like, something, I forgot how we even start talking about Ja Rule and Ashanti. This nigga gonna say, show me a picture of it. Like, what do you mean show me a picture of it? Them are people. That's a man and a woman. What do you mean? So we over here talking. So he's leaned up in the middle, like leaned up. We in the front seat. He's leaned up in the middle. Uncle's in the back. I said something. And when I said something, the first person to laugh was the uncle. How the fuck did he hear me? How? Because mind you, I asked him, I said, can he hear a little bit? Like, is he going deaf or like he's completely deaf? Like, he's like, no, he's completely deaf. He cannot hear. How the fuck did he hear my joke first? He was the first to laugh, to where next thing you know, like me and the homegirl, we start laughing and he start laughing too. And I'm just like, but we're not laughing at him. But me and her look at each other like, you know that look you give somebody when it's like, now girl. I thought, how the fuck? It's no way. It's not like he could started laughing because old boy started laughing. He's leaned up in the front. So how would you start laughing? Anyway, so we smoking. They talking about stuff or whatever. So now I'm like, oh, I gotta pee. Like I gotta pee bad. And I could not hold it to the next location because we Googled the next location and it was like downtown. And that Boogaloo Bugalow, that place is not in downtown. So we like, I'm like, I gotta pee. So he's like, yeah, you could go pee in the forest. So it wasn't a real forest, y'all. Like, it's just houses. Like, y'all know, if you live in Atlanta or been in Atlanta, y'all know it's like, it's woodsy. Like, it's different for me. So, of course, I'm going to call it a forest because we don't have a lot of woodsy, like, areas. Like, we have trees, but there's more trees there. And it's, like, big front yards, like, woodsy, like, look. So, he was like, yeah, go pee there. And mind y'all, I'm like... But how he said it, the woods. I said, you want me to go pee in the woods? He gonna say, yeah, you can go pee in the woods. Why are you not suggesting that I go back inside the place? Oh, I think I would have to pay, but still. So I'm like, go pee in the woods. I'm like, you know what? I cannot hold it. I'm gonna go pee in the woods. So I'm like, I'll be right back, y'all. While they still in the car. Because they like, she like, do you want me to come with you? And he was like, yeah, we could come with you. What do you mean we could come with you? I'm like, no, it's cool. I'm going to go pee behind that little bush right there and I'm good. So I went over there. I got my tissue or whatever. I'm peeing. Why next? It's like the longest pee ever. Don't you hate when you're trying to hurry up to do something because you are not in the best type of timing or environment? So you're trying to rush to do it and it seemed like you pee for a long ass time. Yeah, it was given that. So I'm over there using, doing what I'm doing. And why next thing you know, I hear footsteps. So I'm trying to hurry up. I'm like, oh my God, like what the fuck? Who's walking up? Could y'all guess who's walking up? Mind y'all, I'm squat behind a damn bush. I'm behind a bush. Nobody could see me. Next thing you know, I was like, oh shit. Like, when I seen him walk by, like when I heard somebody come in with the footsteps, I'm like, oh shit. But mind you, they could not see me from where I'm at, like how I'm squat down. Why the nigga turned and looked, the uncle turned and looked and was like, you good? My bad. How the fuck did you... Mind y'all, when I said, oh shit, he was not even at the point to where he could see me. If he would have turned, he would not have seen me. When he walked up, he was like, he looked in my direction and said, my bad, you good? And kept walking. So I was just so confused at how this man see me. So I was like, oh my God. So I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like, and he was like, okay. Mind y'all, at this point, he already walked past me. He really said, my bad, you good? And kept it lit. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. And he was like, okay. How did he hear me? How did he know what I said to say okay back? So I'm just like, whatever, let me finish. So I ended up going back to the car. I'm like, girl. So I'm telling her, like, why the fuck? And she was like, I knew it. I knew he could hear us. And I said, I know he could hear us. I don't know what type of shit they own, but I feel like he's trying to be a mute because they plotting on some shit. Because you got to pay attention. You got to be on your P's and Q's. I'm like, they are plotting. He's pretending he cannot hear us. So then he could be the main man plotting and picking and figuring out everything we talking about. So it's just, That's what I was thinking. So now when Blue is telling us like we gonna go to this club afterwards, y'all should come too, I'm like, Blue, we got somewhere else to go. We really did have somewhere else to go, but I'm just really like, now even if when we're done with that or whatever, Blue, we cool, cause y'all playing real games. So I told him, I said, Blue, how did you say your uncle is deaf? When I was peeing, he walked past me, I'm telling a story, he gonna say he could feel movement. Bro, how the hell did he feel me moving in the bushes he ain't even walked past yet? How? Unless he heard me peeing. Well, it's not like it was that loud. Let me stop. I'm making it seem like it would sound like raindrops or something like that. But no, I'm just like, man, come on now. I said, well, how he hear when I said I'm good? He said, okay. He like, oh, man, he could not hear you. And now he's just dying laughing. Like, he could not hear you. So he gets back, when the uncle get back in the car, he like this. He's doing sign language to the uncle. Because mind y'all, the girl, I believe she probably couldn't hear us. But he's doing sign language to the uncle. But he's talking at the same time. And was all like, they don't believe that you can't hear. And then the uncle was like, and he started doing sign language back. And he's like, right, that's what I said. So I'm like, what did he just say? And he was like, he said that y'all funny. And I'm like, why he's not saying it? Because he literally just was talking to me in the bushes, in the woods. So he just like, because he don't really be talking like that. He just was talking to me. He literally just said some shit to me. He just said, my bad, you good? Okay. He literally just said that. But you just said that he don't talk like that. So I might ask him if he know who Ja Rule the Shanti is. So he asked him like, you know who Ja Rule the Shanti is? And he just was like, like he laughed and he's like, yeah, like he know who they. So I'm just like, it's a game you guys are playing. But I'm 2 steps ahead of you, Blue. Anyway, so Blue was like, yeah, he gonna come here. So we already had Instagram exchange, whatever. So we end up leaving. We go to the next spot or whatever. I cannot think of where it was called. Is the restaurant called Too Cool? I cannot put it on my head, but it's a restaurant, but it turns into like a nightclub at the nighttime. But anyway, we went there or whatever, and that's when we went up seeing my homeboy. Y'all, we was so fucking drunk that we lost the car, and I bit him. I bit his finger, I think. I don't know why. I think he was like pointing, and I like bit him. Like I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me. I was too drunk, and sometimes I might do stupid shit, you know, but not like stupid to extreme, like, you know, like to where it's like, oh, I do not like her. I'm not a bad drunk. I'm not a crybaby drunk no more. And I'm not an aggressive drunk ever. And y'all, I'm not an annoying drunk. Like, I'm just smooth criminal. You know, I'm real good with it. I'm not a criminal when I'm drinking either. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I go still when I drink. Like, I didn't say that, but anyway, let me finish the story. So I'm not getting into details about that night too much because, you know, we was just drunk singing Fantasia because for some reason they let her play When I See You and I let her sing it. So yeah, it's not too much to get into about that. So let's get into the next day. So it's the next day, y'all. So we end up going to this other little spot. I cannot think of what it's called, but they had swing bar, like a bar swing too at the bar. But it wasn't the first spot we went to. So we went there eventually and it was like in the daytime, y'all. It's probably like 3 o'clock, first time eating all day. So we go there. When we come up, where we sitting at the bar, we order food. So we got our drinks, we waiting for our food to come or whatever. And it was this boy sitting next to me, he in a hoodie. So he was by himself and he was like watching the TV. I think it was like the game was on or something. So he's watching the TV or whatever. And next thing you know, he was just like, oh, this your first time in Atlanta? So I'm like, no, it's not my first time here. So he's like, okay, that's cool. Like, you like it here? How you like it so far? So I'm like, oh, it's cool. Like, you know, it's straight. And he like, okay, that's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. So I'm like, yes. He's like, so what you finna eat? So I'm telling him like, okay, I'm gonna eat this. So he's just like, okay, like, you know, he just making a little small talk. He seemed normal as hell. Next thing you know, he was like, we talking just about like random ass shit. I'm making videos, you know, listen to the music, talking to my homegirl. Next thing you know, like, cause our small talk like ended. So I'm making videos, like I said, talk to my homegirl. We making videos, we talking stuff like that. Next thing you know, he's like, hey, like real hard. So I'm like, excuse me, like, hi, what? Like, I was like, you don't gotta do all of that. Like, I heard you, don't do that. So he's just like, oh, my bad, like, I didn't mean it like that, I was just trying to talk to you, like, I was trying to get your attention. I'm like, oh, okay. And I turned back around and talked to her. So then he was like, so can I get your attention? I'm just thinking like, bro, why is you acting weird all of a sudden? When we was making small talk, it was annoying, but it wasn't all this weirdness. So now he's smiling. Like, he's doing this weird, like, creepy smile. Like, I know something you don't know. So he's like, what's the weirdest thing a man ever did to you on the first date? I know sometimes when I'm sleepy or like when I'm drunk, I Google the craziest shit, you know, like who was the first person to create head. I don't know. I Googled like this weirdest shit, you know, but I don't just say it to random folks. So I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm about to tell you why, so you could be like, I'm gonna top that. I'm gonna top it. You know, so I'm just like, I don't know. So he's like, okay. He's like, where you from? California? So now it's a boy talking to my homegirl. And we're gonna give him a name, y'all. His name is gonna be Herb because he looked like G Herbo, but like a great value version or something. So I'm like, yeah, I'm from California. I'm just talking to him like, oh my God, he's so annoying now. Like, he just won't stop asking me the stupidest shit. Like, but he's asking me questions about Cali. But for some reason, I hate when people, not when I hate, but it just be like, when somebody asks you, when you say you live in LA and they ask you, oh, is it like Boys in the Hood? Is it like Friday? You know how old them fucking movies is? And what do you mean, is it like Friday? They didn't even go nowhere but the same damn street into the liquor store. What do you mean? Is it like Friday? What? Is what like Friday? Like, I'm confused. Just for somebody to ask, is LA like Friday? They literally didn't go nowhere. They literally spent the whole day on the same street. But, so what do you mean? Like, is it sunny outside? Like, do people have a bike? Like, what? Like, what? I'm confusion. And then he's like, first he asked if it was like Friday. So I'm like, I don't know what you mean by that. So he was like, okay, is it like Boys in the Hood? So I'm like, you know, there's hoods everywhere. Like, so he like, okay, is it like Baby Boy? Is bitches getting cheated on? Like, what do you mean, is it like Baby Boy? Like, how? Like, what do you mean? Is LA like, I'm confused. It's not like they showed a whole part of the city and went into different areas and showed how, like, what? What do you mean? Like, so I'm like, I don't know what you mean by that. So he laughed, you don't know what I mean by that? So I'm like, I don't know what you mean, because I don't know what you mean. Like, that's like me asking, like, it's fucking New York like Eloise Christmas. Like, they spent the whole time in the hotel. That's not what do you mean is the city like this? Like, I'm so confused. Like, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. So I'm like, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like, and he just like, nigga, you know what I mean. And I'm just like, the fuck? Like, I don't know. So now I'm kind of like laughing. I'm like, I don't know. So he like, oh my God. He was like, ask me is somewhere like Atlanta. Ask me. So I'm like, I don't know. ATL. He gonna say ATL. Girl, there ain't no real movie. Neither is fucking Baby Boy. The fuck is you trying to say? Like, neither is Friday and Baby Boy. Just because Friday is a day that actually exists doesn't mean the movie is like that. Like, I was so confused. He was acting the dumbest shit. So I finally told my homegirl, like, hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Because even when our food came, this nigga still talking. I'm trying to eat my food. And he like, so is that good? Is it good? Like, do it taste like some food in California? Is it good? Like, he just was getting on my nerves. Like, bro, let me enjoy my meal. So I told her, I finished eating though. So I told her like, hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And she's like, all right, you want me to come with you? I'm like, nah, you cool. You don't gotta come with me or whatever. So I ended up going. The guy did not follow me or whatever. He stayed at the seat and she stayed talking to Herbo. And I go to the bathroom. So when I'm walking back to my seat from the bathroom, I see Hoodie, old boy with the hood on. He talking to another girl. I'm like, thank you. Because this man was so annoying. But when I'm walking up, it was some boys, they had just sat down. Like, they just had seated down, and then he looked up at me. And when he looked up at me, he smiled and like winked. So I just gave like a little hi, you know, smirk back, whatever, and I go sit down or whatever. So he's like sitting right behind me, y'all. And I went through my Snap, and I was going to, why I say that like that? I was going to post the video because you could see him in the back of my video, but I'm not, because it's just, y'all, I'm gonna post the video and you can see like Herb in the background. Like, you could see him right there in the background. And I'm gonna tell y'all why he was standing there. But y'all, but the other boy, no, because it's like, it's really a whole side profile. So it's like, I'm not even that type of person. Like I said, I just tell my experiences. If somebody know this man, the other guy, then they would know him. And he has a weird part in this story too. So I'm not about to post that video with him in the background. Because it's like, you would automatically know, like, you could see his whole face, body, hair, all that, like dreads, all that. So anyway, let's get into it. So back to now I'm sitting down. Oh, boy's talking to somebody else. Thank God. So now we talking. She like, oh, he was telling me about this other spot. Talk about her. So now he talking all this other stuff. So he was like, he finna go. So we like, okay, at this point we order another drink. We in our drink. So he like, he finna go. So he like, y'all finna get some more to drink. And we like, yeah. He's like, okay. Well, y'all don't want to come to the next spot. They got drinks there. It's a cool vibe there. It's a cool vibe. So we're like, yeah, we'll go. Like, what's it called again? So like, it's called this. So he exchanged numbers with my homegirl or whatever. So we like, okay, well, if we go, we'll see you there. So he like, all right. He's still standing there. Like in my video, as y'all can see the video right there, he's still standing there. He was standing for so long. Me and her having a full-on conversation. This man is standing there behind us like he our bodyguard. It was getting on my fucking nerves. Because, bro, move. Why are you right here? So he's just standing there. So then he told us like, hey, smoke trees? Like, y'all smoke? And she was just like, yeah. He was like, I'm the guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he the guy who have it. Like, who be dealing it in the streets. Like, you know, that's him. So she like, oh, okay. Because I've been trying to find another, like, you know, salesman out here, because the last one I knew was like on some weird shit. So he like, yeah, I be having that. So he's like, yeah, like, here, you got my number. Whenever you need it, just let me know. So we like, okay, all right, cool. And she's like, okay, yeah. So he's like, yeah. Next thing we go back to talking, he's still there. He's still fucking there. And I'm just like, bro, why is he still fucking here? So we still just talking. So then he was like, yeah, so and Cali, y'all be having some good, like, y'all be having some good out there, huh? And we like, yeah. He like, so put me on. Where can I get it from? I thought you just said that you was the person who had it. And I said that in my video too. Like, y'all, look at this video. Look like G Herbo. He got the same teeth.
Literally.
The same teeth. This nigga sold weed. Now he asking if we got Cali weed. I said,
I smell cap.
I thought you was the plug. I thought you sold weed. I thought you had that fire. So I'm just like, what the fuck? I thought he was the guy. Like, how you go from being the plug to now you need us? Like, excuse me? So he just like, yeah. So he said all this. So we like, oh, well, I don't know. Like, because we got dispensaries. You could literally just Google it, or it's on every, it's like literally a fucking dispensary on every corner. You just walk in, show your ID, and buy it. Like, so who is even going to the people on the streets anyway? When people come out here and do that, it blows my mind. It blows my fucking mind how they still get swindled by people on Hollywood Boulevard or downtown, random people at Venice Beach walking up to you talking about some, hey, I got this. Okay, if I could just go to the dispensary, why don't I get your shit out? Anyway, so yeah, so not to put nothing on, because I know it's people, that's how they make their living or whatever like that, but at the same time, I remember it was somebody, like, it was something that happened out here where somebody bought something from somebody off the streets. Not to put, like, you know, that's not everybody's situation, and something happened. It was, like, not what it was, or it was some bullshit when you could just go to the dispensary. But anyway, that's not to be shame nobody, because I don't want nobody to be like, bitch, don't try to take my customers away from me. But, hey, whatever. So, yeah, we don't know where you get it from. You go to the dispensary and buy as much as you can. I don't fucking know, but we don't know, like, we ain't the plugs in LA. So he like, oh, okay, no, that's cool, but y'all ready to go to the spot? Bro, we just got our drink. What do you mean are we ready to go? So he like, y'all ready to go? Y'all still gonna come though, right? Because it's cool. Like, I'm telling y'all, my friends is there. All my friends is there. It's cool. Like, it is cool. So we like, all right, we gonna come. Okay. So he like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Y'all gonna come though? Y'all gonna come? How many times you gonna ask us? We're gonna go. So we like, let's just check it out. Like, let's just go. Like, let's just check it out. Let's just go. So we end up going or whatever to the, so what, no, before we, okay, so let me take it back. So we end up leaving out. When we getting up to leave out, remember the boy that they was sitting down, he winked at me. So we're just gonna call him Dreads. We just gonna call him Dreads. So Dreads was like, what's up with you? Can I get your number? So I'm just like, oh, okay, sure. He's like, yeah, what's your IG? So I gave him my IG. He's like, can I get your number too? So I'm like, okay, sure. So he got my number or whatever. And he was like, yeah, but mind y'all, when he asked me for my number, I'm like, okay, sure, mind y'all. This man has his phone on the table. On the table, got my IG first, then asked for my number. He goes through his pocket, Mind y'all, like I said, they haven't even been sitting there that long, so they wasn't even finna leave. Goes in his pocket. The lady come to ask them like something else, like to take their order, because I guess they had just got drinks. So she about to take their food order. This man go in their pocket, had a big stack of money, start flipping through these hundreds. It was a whole bunch of hundreds. He flipping through them. They're all hundreds, bro. It's a big ass stack. It's probably like, cause you know, I don't know. It had to be like a few thousands because the stack was huge. So he going through it. He takes one off, give it to the girl, and was like, yeah, I'm gonna order the blah blah blah. Put the money back in his pocket and was like, what's your number? What was your point? Like, I was gonna be like, oh, give me $100, give me $100. Like, no, I was not finna do all that. So I'm just like, okay, so I gave it to him, whatever, I left out. That shit was mad corny to me because it was just weird. Like, I mean, I know the bartender was like, okay, shit, because he gave her $100, but she could have gave me $100 too, but I wasn't finna beg for it, I wasn't finna dance for it. So anyway, we end up leaving out. We end up going to the next spot with Herbo. And when we go, well, not with him, we hop in our car and he hop in his car and go. He kept saying, y'all sure y'all gonna come, right? Y'all sure? We like, we're going to go, just go. You got her number, just go. So we get in the car and we head over to the spot. I forgot what the spot was called, but it had the mechanical bull. It's like, if you're from Atlanta, you know, or whatever, it's the bar, whatever, with the bull in there. So we go, I get on the bull, whatever. When we got there, he was already in there. He's like, what's up, y'all? All right. Mind y'all, we walking in and they like checking our IDs and stuff. This nigga walk up to the door, talk about, they with me. The guy looked at him just like, the fuck, who are you? Like, you know, because he's already like, who are you? So we end up still doing we walk in, whatever. And y'all, next thing you know, he's telling us like, yeah, where y'all finna go? So we finna go to the other bar. It was one bar in the front and another bar in the back. And it was like, we want to get on the bull. So after we got on the bull, then we go over to the other bar. He came over there by us and he just like, we drinking and stuff. He like, oh, y'all want to come over there with my homies? Like, my homies is over there at that other bar. But it was so packed over there. We don't want to go over there and just be standing around your friends. Like, we don't even know these people. So we like tell them he's like, they really want to meet y'all. So we like tell them to come back here, like over here where we at, because we already got a seat at the bar. So he like, okay, like, I'm gonna tell him to come. So he left. We just talking to each other, whatever. He came back. No friends. Yeah, so y'all don't want to come over there with my friends? Like, we got some drinks over there. And we like, oh, we already got a drink. Like, we good because we gonna go out later too. Like, at this point, the sun is probably about to start going down stuff. So, like, we about to go out later. Like, we good. So he like, oh, okay, I'm about to tell them to come over here. I'm gonna tell them niggas to come over here. Them niggas gonna come over here because they really want to meet y'all. I told them y'all cool. So he leaves again. Now we talking or whatever, we just talking. So next thing you know, these group of guys came over there to us. Like, you could tell this, I don't know where they was from. I was gonna say they probably wasn't from there. Who knows? I don't fucking know. So they like, we not trying to bother y'all too much. We just doing a little survey. We just want to ask y'all some questions, like ask y'all a few questions that we was thinking about, but we need a girl's answer. So we like, okay, sure. So they gonna say, okay, is it weird for your girl, like, okay, is it weird if you a man and your girl, you know, eat your butt? Like, and we just like, so he's like, would that be weird? Like, would you think that's weird? Like, before we can answer, he's like, would you think that's weird? Like, if your man asks you to do that? So I said, well, I'm not doing that. I said, so my man or whoever's man better not ask me to do that, but you could eat mine all day long. It's a fast food restaurant buffet. Go ahead and eat it. Go ahead. But me, don't even tell me that's what you like, because I ain't doing it. Like, I ain't gonna do it. So then my homegirl basically said the same shit, like she ain't eating no nigga ass or whatever like that. But I'm like, to each his own. That's what somebody like, you know, whatever. So then he like, okay, hold on. I feel like they not answering. Give him the next question. Because they not answering right. Like, what did you want me to say? So he like, do you think it's weird? Do you think it's weird? Like, say if a man is in a bed with his girl and he got toys and he want to use the toys during sex. So I was like, oh, like if he want to use the toys on her, I'm like, I don't think it's weird. I'm like, but if I'm talking to a guy and he got toys at his house, he ain't using them toys on me because you probably use them toys on everybody. They're not gonna get used on me. Like, so I'm just said that pretty much. And he's like, nah. Like, let's say, like, you and your man is doing it and he using the toys on himself. So I said, what's the point of me being there? The fuck? What the fuck is going on? Like, so he like, but it's okay if he use them on you though. Like, bro. And they like, oh. And my homegirl like, what? Like, we so confused that why are y'all even asking us this? So he like, but do you think it's weird? Like, if a man has toys and he used the toys. So I said, look, I don't judge nobody and what nobody choose to do. I said, you do whatever makes you happy and make you come. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Why are you asking us? I said, if that's what you want to do, then do it. Shit. So he like, but they not answering right. answering how they want to answer. And I'm just like, bro, what the fuck do you mean we not answering how we want to answer? Thank God, while they was having this stupid ass laughing moment, get him from the next one, give him the G Herbo ended up walking up. I was like, so y'all sure y'all want to come over there? So they like, oh, okay, all right, we good, all right, bye. So they walk away, whatever, just jolly as shit, asking stupid shit. They walk away or whatever. So next thing you know, G Herbo, he's like, yeah. Herbo walk up and he just like, hey, y'all, so my homeboys is actually finna leave. Because remember I told y'all, he kept leaving, coming back with no friends. He like, they actually finna leave. Mind y'all, anytime we would see him walk away, we would kind of like to look over to see if we see some friends. We really didn't see nobody. Like, it would be him standing by random ass fucking people. But I'm like, maybe them him friends. Maybe those his friends, who knows. So he was like, yeah, my homeboy's about to leave because my other homeboy got a bonfire at his house, so he finna cook, you know, he got bottles, you know, just have a good time. Like, y'all said y'all not going out till later. Did y'all want to head over there or whatever? Like, come too? Like, y'all could come. Like, it's cool, y'all could come. We got alcohol, food, drinks, music. It's cool. Like, it's cool. So we was sitting here and we really trying to think like, damn, did we want to go back? Because I'm like, if I go back, because she's going to go back to where she's staying at. And if I go back to the room, that's a lot of time to kill. Like, we still got to get ready and stuff, but that was too much time to kill. And I'm like, we really didn't want to go somewhere where we're just going to be sitting, because then it's like, get tired. You know, you might lay down and be like, oh, okay, I don't even know. So I'm like, you know, and she looked at me, we looked at each other, it was like, okay, we'll go. So he like, yes, at my friend's house, he a little older or whatever, and we like, do your friends even exist? Like, you know, we just playing with him, like, my friends was here, y'all didn't come over there, they ended up leaving, but they gonna be there, like, my friends is cool. My friend who house it is, he was actually here too. He was like, he's a real cool guy, he a little older, not too much older, he like 40 something, he's not old like that, like, you know, he's not our age, but he's, you know, he's my friend, he's cool, like, it's his house, he got the bonfire, he just saying all this stuff. So we like, all right, whatever. So he's like, okay, y'all can actually follow me there, because he's like, I don't know his actual address, but y'all can follow me or whatever. So we like, all right, whatever. So we go to the parking lot. He walks us to our car. He was like, y'all stay right here. I'm going to get my car and come back around. So we like, all right, cool. So we was parked back then, but we was across the lot, but we could see the front entrance. So we talking. We just like, damn, we kind of really dumb, because why the fuck we going to go to a bonfire? But we like, this spot he told us about was cool, so we could go there or whatever. So y'all, that noise is bothering me. I want to stop so bad, but I need to finish this video so I could edit it and put it up. But anyway, so yeah, so we sitting there, we talking. Next thing you know, we see him walk back inside. So we like, what the fuck? So we're like, okay, we're gonna give him 5 minutes. If he don't come out in 5 minutes, then we're going. Like, we're going. So we sitting there, we talking. Next thing you know, he come right back out with a group of girls. So he come back with a group of girls, not back to the car, but he coming out. They go over to where he said he was parked at, and next thing you know, his car, he pull up right next to us. So he in the car, he was like with 4 girls or whatever. So he rolled up on the passenger side, so I rolled on the window. He like, yeah, y'all ready to go? We good to go? So we like, all right, yeah, we ready to go. So we was already kind of, we knew he wasn't with those girls, but he clearly probably met them there and invited them too. So at this point, we like, cool, okay, it's more people here. Like, that's cool, even better. Even though they could have been in on this crazy situation. He didn't put us in no crazy situation, but they could have been in on it if it was some crazy shit. They could have been in on it. But anyway, so it was 4 of them. So why 2 of the girls that was in the back seat? Because y'all, it was 3 in the back seat and 2 in the front, because it's 4 of them and then it's him driving. So 2 of the girls that was in the back seat was like, hey, can we get in the car with y'all, because it's squished back here? So we like, all right. So they hop in the car with us in the back seat. So we follow him and we end up pulling up over there or whatever. So we asking him like, how long y'all known him? And they like, oh, we just met him up in here. How long y'all known him? We like, shit, same, like with the last location. So like, okay, yeah, they said it's gonna be bottles and food and da da da. So we pull up or whatever. You know, it's like a nice house or whatever. I mean, you know, it's a house. But we pull up and we went straight to the back. We all went straight to the back. And y'all, we didn't go in the house. Like, we went around the house straight to the back. What I tell y'all, the fucking man that was sitting at the by the fire, it was like a little fire right there at the back. The man that was sitting at the little fireplace in the back, y'all seen Black Snake Moan? Did you see how Samuel L. Jackson looked in Black Snake Moan? When I tell you he said his friend was like 40 something, that's a hard ass fucking 40. He looked just like that. That nigga was not 40. He was sitting there looking crazy as shit. Wife beater on, all that. That's the instant thing that came to my head when I seen him. I was like, what the fuck? He just sitting there not saying shit. He looked like mad, like, who the fuck are these people? He was really looking like, what the fuck? So he like, yeah, these my friends. I told y'all, that's my homie right there. And I'm just like, homie, the fuck is going on? So he like, yeah, we got bottles. And then he like, bro, you go get some of the bottles so we could get him some. So then he got up and he just went in the house. And I'm just like, the fuck? So he telling us like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. We always be back here, you know, smoking, having fun, be a barbecue. It was a barbecue earlier and all this other stuff. Because that's one thing too. He was trying to invite us to the barbecue from the first spot, but we was like, no, we're not going to a barbecue. Now that's when he mentioned the spot with the bull, and we ended up going there. And he was like, yeah, if he's cool, we go to the barbecue, which wasn't a barbecue no more. Now it was a bonfire. But anyway, so he go in the house, y'all. This man comes back with a little ice chest, and he sits it down on the ground, and Herb goes over there. He's like, come on, y'all, get some. Y'all know what this man had bottles of? When people say they have bottles, you know, I'm thinking like Hennessy, maybe Ciroc, Tito's, or Douce, something. Casamigos. Well, no, was Casamigos popular? You know, because it's been out, but it was not popular back then. Was it? It probably was. Shit, I don't know. But that's not what I was thinking about at that time. So I'm thinking, you know, something else. Y'all. This nigga give us fucking beer. He give us bottles of beers. Like, what? And he was like, y'all, come on, get one. Y'all get one. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. No offense to anybody who drink beer. I just don't drink beer. So he's like, it's enough for everybody. Like, duh, it's enough for everybody. What the fuck you thought we was gonna take one beer, pass it around, sip it and shit? Like, oh, okay, here, who's next on the 40? Like, what? So he had beers, y'all. I'm not thinking Bud Light when somebody say they got bottles. I'm thinking like alcohol. But either way, God wasn't gonna drink that much anyway. We both said we wasn't because we was just drinking at 2 different places. So we already had like 3 to 4 drinks. We was not finna be drinking no way like that. So he like, y'all don't want none? Like, I told y'all I got the bottles. And we was like, nah, we don't want none. Like, we good. Like, we good. So he like, all right, yeah, all right. So we chilling for a minute. The girls, they turned up, they lit. They like lit as fuck. Samuel, he done already put on some music that was loud as fuck. I don't remember what the music was, but the shit was freaky. Not like no like, you know, like alien calling music, y'all. It was like trying to set the mood type music, and they over there, they dancing, they just lit. So we talking to us and just talking about whatever the fuck he talking about, and we just like, okay, whatever. So at this point, we finna go. Like, we've been there for like a good 20 minutes, and we was like, yeah, we finna head out because we about to now go back to our rooms and shit and start getting ready to go out. So he like, no, this is where it's at tonight. This is cool. No, this is not where it's at tonight. No, we're not finna hang out. The girls will seem cool, but we ain't been to hang out with you and Samuel L. Jackson all night. I don't know what else gonna go on. Like I said, he looked like him from Black Snake Mall. I'm not finna be tied up to a motherfucking heater next eventually. Like, no. So we like, yeah. So the girls, they was like, oh, we not ready to go. We not ready to go. So we was like, oh, like, why? Yeah, we like, y'all don't gotta leave because we leaving. Like, y'all cool, y'all having fun. And the 2 girls was like, no, we rode with y'all. Like, we rode with y'all. And we like, but y'all rode with him. Y'all just hopped in the car with us because y'all didn't want to be in the car with him, like, too many people. But y'all didn't ride with us. Like, y'all make it seem like y'all came with us. Like, we invited y'all to come. Like, no, y'all came with them. So then she was like, oh, yeah. Oh, my God, we drunk. We fucked up because they was fucking them beers up. So they like, my bad, we forgot. All right, bye, y'all. Like, bye. So we like, bye. And we end up leaving or whatever, right? So we go out. We eventually went back to the room, and y'all, like I said, it was too much time to be going back to the room, but it was just, yeah. So I get dropped back off at my room, and she go to her room or whatever, and we getting dressed or whatever. Y'all, we eventually end up going out like super fucking late, like probably 11, 12 o'clock. We went to some little place. I don't remember what it's called, but like you walk up some stairs, and then the bar club thing is upstairs. That bar was very fucking strange, y'all. It wasn't strange. Okay, let me stop saying strange. It wasn't strange. The people there was strange. Okay, so we up in the bar. The bartender, for whatever reason, did not like us. Like, when I tell you I'm over here calling her to get a drink, she would look at me with an attitude and go talk to somebody else. Like, she even did it, and somebody walked up and she started talking to him. So then I was like, excuse me, I was here before him. I want to order da-da-da-da-da, because I'm just like, okay, you gotta be aggressive with this bitch, because for some reason she got issues. And y'all, I was so drunk. If you follow me on Instagram back then, I had, like, around that time I had posted, I'm like, for some reason she do not like us. But yeah, she didn't like us. I don't know why. And she was just like, okay, what do you want? Bitch, you seen I was here before that person walked up. You really play, you trying to play. So anyway, we ended up getting our drinks. I ordered some chicken and fries. Y'all, the chicken was fire. Ordered some chicken and fries. Next thing you know, why this boy come up and talk to me? He was just like, oh, like, what's up with you? Like, hi, da-da-da-da. So he like, oh, that food look good. You fucking it up. So I'm just like, like, yeah, whatever. Why this nigga gonna take one of my fries and try to put it in my mouth? Y'all, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he just like, I'm just kidding. What do you mean you just kidding? You cannot just take somebody fry out their motherfucking thing and try to put it in their mouth. Are you dumb? So I'm like kind of going off on him and he just laughing like the shit was so funny. Like it was just so funny. But mind y'all, I was kind of already about to be done with it, so I ended up sitting it down. This man putting his arm around me like, nah, you tripping. It's just a joke. I'm just kidding. What the fuck is your problem? So I'm just like, what do you mean you're just kidding? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, stop playing with me. Like, stop playing. So he just kind of started getting a little mad now to where his homies had to pull him like, come on. He wasn't doing the most like, but he was kind of getting mad like, why are you so serious right now? Duh, like his voice was changed to where his friends like pull him back or whatever. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, oh my God. So anyway, it was a lot of people doing a little freaky ass dry humping, damn near fucking up in there. But, you know, here or there. So anyway, we was like, remember Dreads from earlier? So Dreads was hitting me like when we was at the bonfire and all that. He was asking what we was doing because he was like, they got a section. Even the boy that had checked in the hotel room, I didn't give him a name. He was telling us like, you could come link with us, which we should have linked with him that night because y'all, he was out there. They was out there with a whole bunch of people. It was deep. It was like females, guys, like because I follow him on Instagram, so I started seeing it was out there with girls. Like it was a lot of people. They looked like they was having a good ass time, but we was just so, I don't know. We should have linked with him instead of going to Samuel Jackson house with G Herbo. Like we could have got dressed and just linked with them because they was eating. They went to another spot. They had sections and they really kept trying to invite us, but the timing was just bad. Like we would end up somewhere else. Like I don't know. So anyway, at this time, Dreads is hitting me up and he just like, oh yeah, like where y'all gonna be at? So we told him where we was at or whatever. I told him where we was at and he's like, excuse me, he's like, okay, cool, like I'm gonna come over there or whatever like that. So he's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna come over there. So he's like, all right. So he was like, yeah, are you gonna need to go back to your room? No, he was like, what y'all gonna do after? So I'm like, we probably gonna go to the Waffle House after because I'm hungry or whatever. And y'all, I had Waffle House again. Remember when I was telling y'all like, I don't know when I did that story and I was like, Waffle House was nasty and people were so mad at me. I had Waffle House again. So the Waffle House in Atlanta downtown, that one was actually really good. It was so good, y'all. So anyway, I'm like, we're gonna go to Waffle House afterwards or whatever. So he like, okay, yeah, we can go to Waffle House. He's like, so afterwards, are you gonna need to go to the room or are you good? So I'm like, afterwards, I am going to the room and going to sleep. Like, you know, what did you talk about? So he's like, nah. He was like, yeah, remember I told you I was out here for my boy's birthday. So we just trying to have a good time. Like he said he brung his cousin out there for his birthday. So he like, we just trying to have a good time. So I was like, oh yeah, like it's cool up in here, you know, and afterwards we gonna get food. He was like, yeah, so we gonna go. Okay, he's like, so you drove or she drove? So I'm like, my homegirl drove. He's like, okay, cool. So my cousin could hop in the car with her and you could hop in the car with me. So I said, and we could just all meet up at the Waffle House. I'm like, I'm not getting a car with you. Like, what is you talking about? So he gonna say, how much to fuck? Yeah, I was like, I had to reread the message like, hold on, open these eyes a little bit wider. Cause no, he did not say that. He like, how much the fuck? He gonna say, you see, I got it. What you need, like a rack? Like he was like, what you need, like a band or two? Like he really said that in a message. I'm just like, so I'm showing her, I said, bitch, look at this motherfucker got me fucked up. So I was like, you know what, never mind. We actually finna leave from this spot. I'm cool. So he like, we both grown. We're both grown. You don't gotta act like that. At least I'm trying to pay for it. At least a nigga ain't trying to get it for free. And he was like, yeah, my cousin's birthday. So how much your homegirl gonna charge? Cause I'm gonna pay for his too. So let me know how much I'm gonna have to pay y'all. This point, I'm like, I'm not even finna cuss him out or nothing because I'm here for like another day or two. Again, I'm staying at a room by myself. I don't know where this man is staying because I didn't even care to ask, but I was staying in the downtown area. So I just don't know where people it's been just my luck. I go cuss this nigga out, talk all this shit, and I'm coming back to the room one night by myself and he sees me and he just so happened to be standing there. So I'm like, I'm just about to ignore him. This nigga is weird as fuck. Like, he's weird. So he texts me like, hello, we grown, so what, you fucking? Like, you gonna fuck or what? Like, I'm trying to pay you. Like, you a real nigga trying to give you some money. Did I have a shirt on today that said, please, real niggas, give me some money because I ain't got it? Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking like, it's a whole lot of girls out here. Like, you want to fuck somebody, hop on an app. Hop on an app. Like, what did you? I ain't even replying. He's really like, hello. Like, hello. Why I didn't block him at that point? I really don't fucking know. I eventually blocked him, but I don't know why I didn't block him at that point. So I eventually was just like, no, I'm good. And he was like, so you about to have us pull all the way up here and y'all about to leave? Y'all still there, right? He's like, so I'm gonna come and y'all could come back to our room because y'all probably sharing a room, LOL. And I ain't trying to take you down in front of your homegirl. Who said that we was fucking? Like, and I'm just thinking like, when did I reply back? I said, I'm good. I didn't mean I'm good to have sex with you. I said, I'm good. Like, I'm cool. So I said, you might not understand what I'm saying, but I'm good. Like, I'm straight. I don't want to do it. So he was all like, we're grown. I hate when people say that we're grown. People need to understand, like, men need to understand, just because a girl don't want to have sex with you, it has nothing to do with her not knowing how old she is. Because I swear they love to say, we're both grown. We're grown. We're both adults. I know how old I am. Like, I'm fully aware of my age. I'm aware of that. I know how old I am. That ain't got shit to do with it. I don't want you. You shouldn't have to beg somebody to sleep with you. You should not have to beg. Like, that's getting weird. Like, that's when shit starts to feel weird, right? It don't feel weird in your head like, damn, I'm begging this girl to do something with me. I'm trying to convince her to do something with me. Like, that don't seem weird to you? Like, man, I hate that. Like, oh my God. Especially if you just meet somebody and y'all having a cool casual date, and next thing you know, they try to try something and they be like, we're both grown. We're both adults. You could do it. It's cool. We're adults. I don't care how old I am. I don't want to do it. Like, I'm good. The fuck? Like, I know what the fuck I am. Like, oh my God, that should be so irritating, because that really be a line niggas try to use and try to convince you and try to make somebody you childish because you don't want to have sex with them. Bro, you know, it's giving you're a R word, because why are you trying to convince me? Like, because if you call me childish and I call you say you giving off Ari vibe, not Ari, but like R word with P at the end. Like, yeah, if I say you giving off those vibes, then oh, now I'm taking it too far. Like, you know, but it's like you're being weird. You're trying to convince somebody. I've never in my life tried to convince a man to sleep with me. That's so weird. Like, if I try to make a move, well, that never happened. But just say if I try to make a move with somebody and they be like, oh, you know, they don't want to, I'm not gonna be like, you should do it with me because we're grown. Like, you should sleep with me, sir. Like, we should do it. What is your problem? We're adults. Like, that's weird. You're gonna look at me like, bitch, are you okay? But anyway. So he's like, yeah, I know y'all probably sharing a room. So I was all like, we're not linking. Like, we're not linking up. I'm not linking up with you. He's like, you see I got money. Okay. So he's like, well, ask your homegirl if she gonna do it with my homeboy. He's like, maybe you just need a little bit more to drink. LOL. That really gave me the weirdest vibe ever. I was like, no, this nigga did not say I need a little bit more to drink to be convinced to have... What? Like, oh my God. So now at this point, I'm just like, this nigga's weird. I just started ignoring his messages. I was just ignoring his messages, ignoring him. I blocked him on Instagram so he cannot see where we at, and I ignored his messages. Like, just ignored him. I don't know why I didn't block his number too, but I blocked him on Instagram so he cannot be seeing my story. So anyway, we end up leaving or whatever, and yeah, well, I didn't end up, of course, did not end up linking with him. I did not end up seeing him again. I blocked him probably like that next day. But the next day, y'all, why I end up going to the Breakfast Club or whatever by myself, now that I think about it, I wasn't even thinking about old boy and running into him. But it was broad daylight. But people still do stuff to Brian. I ain't think about it. Anyway, so I don't go to the Breakfast Club because, like I said, we wasn't even staying in the same rooms and we wasn't even close by each other. So I went by myself with the rental. Why I ran into the girls that was at Samuel L. Jackson's house and they telling me how it was so lit and how I should have stayed and why I leave. Y'all was fucking it up on our own. It's like y'all was too lit with Samuel for me. I was good. So I'm just like, y'all, nah, we was tired. Like, you know, I'm just like, the fuck. They're like, girl, it was lit. Like, we gonna go back over there tonight. They about to have a barbecue. I was just thinking like them in this imaginary barbecue, because even though they said they have food, they didn't bring no food out, and when they have leftover from the barbecue, yeah. So I'm just like, oh, okay, that's cool, and yeah, and the third. But yeah, y'all. Anyway, like the next day we didn't really do too much. We ended up going to eat, but it was nothing too spectacular, and then I ended up going home. But yeah, that was my Atlanta story, y'all. I was just like, that was the most craziest trip, because y'all, okay, I have a story about when I went to Atlanta before, and y'all, it's also bitch try to get flued out for the weekend type shit, y'all. Oh my God. And it's crazy because what made me actually like, you know how your Instagram DMs is still there? Like, you could go to somebody, your messages. For the most part, sometimes it still be there. So I went to one of my messages. It was a rapper in Atlanta or whatever. And this was a long time ago. This was messing with crazy, y'all. Remember I told y'all 2015 was a crazy year for me? But y'all, so this was like a long time ago. It doesn't matter. I'm going to tell y'all. And I got the DMs because I'm going to show y'all on the screen. But I ain't going to tell y'all who it is because y'all know, like I said, I don't like do that. But the person had just came back and I was just like, okay, look at you just come back. So they made me go and look on the page, and I had clicked on the message thing. Like, I wonder if the message is still there. And they was still there. And y'all, I got a story for that because that was crazy. But anyway, what I was getting at with this whole thing, the most part, every time I went to Atlanta, I was always going with my man. So I never had the experience of people there, like of guys being all fucking creepy and shit. And it's crazy because the only person that didn't come off as a creep was the people we should have linked with that was in a big ass fucking friends group, like the big with the girls and the boys, and they was on a friends trip. They was the only ones that seemed normal, because it's not like he ever pressed, he never hit me and was like, oh, are you in your room right now? Y'all at the room, we want to link, come to our room. Like, he never was on no weird shit. It would always be like, he would only try to invite us out when they were actually out somewhere. Like, they went bowling, they went doing shit, and they would be like, oh, y'all want to come? Like, we here, y'all could come through if y'all want to, like, da-da-da. It would be stuff like that. And I'm like, we should have linked with the people who wasn't on no weird shit. But we still had a good ass time. But that's the end of this story, y'all. It's longest. Okay, I'm sorry. This story is long, and I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love y'all so much. And again, thank you for all the birthday wishes. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on all my social media so you don't miss out on nothing, because that's where you see the exclusive shit. Because wait till the Bahamas story time. And it's going to come quick. It's not going to be a year later. I'm going to tell it next week. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in.